The journey of refreshing aloe vera juice truly begins long before any machinery is switched on or any bottles are filled. It starts quietly in the fields, where careful harvesting and thorough cleaning play the most important role in preserving aloe's natural purity. Aloe vera is not an ordinary crop. It is a living reservoir of water, gel, and delicate compounds that can easily lose quality if handled roughly or rushed. For this reason, every step at the beginning of the process is designed with patience, precision, and respect for the plant. Aloe vera plants grow slowly, often taking several months to reach the ideal stage for harvesting. During this time, the thick green leaves absorb sunlight and store moisture and nutrients inside their fleshy interior. Farmers closely monitor the plants, watching for size, color, and firmness. Leaves that are too young do not contain enough gel, while overmature leaves can develop bitterness or fibrous textures. The perfect balance comes from experience, where harvesters can identify the right leaf with a single glance. When harvest time arrives, the work is usually done by hand. This manual approach is not just tradition, it is necessity. Machines can easily damage aloe plants, crushing the leaves or causing gel leakage before processing even begins. Skilled workers use sharp, clean tools to cut each leaf close to the base of the plant. This method protects the remaining plant, so it can continue growing and producing new leaves, making aloe vera cultivation both sustainable and efficient. As each leaf is cut, it is handled gently and placed carefully into clean containers. Aloe vera leaves are heavy with moisture, and even small cracks can allow the inner gel to oxidize or leak. Exposure to air at this stage can reduce freshness and affect the final taste of the juice. That is why harvested leaves are kept shaded and cool, often covered or transported quickly to prevent heat buildup under the sun. Time is one of the most critical factors at this stage. Once aloe vera leaves are harvested, natural enzymatic reactions begin inside the plant. If processing is delayed, these reactions can change the color, aroma, and flavor of the gel. Modern aloe juice factories are usually located close to farms for this exact reason. The shorter the distance between field and factory, the better the quality of the final product. When the leaves arrive at the factory, the first major step is inspection. This is not a quick glance but a detailed quality check. Workers and automated systems examine each leaf for signs of damage, disease, discoloration, or dehydration. Leaves that show bruises, brown spots, or dryness are removed immediately. Using only healthy, intact leaves ensures consistency in taste and prevents contamination later in the process. After inspection, the aloe leaves move into the washing area, where cleanliness becomes the top priority. Aloe vera grows close to the ground, so its leaves naturally carry dust, soil, and microorganisms from the environment. These impurities must be completely removed before any cutting or extraction begins. Washing is done in multiple stages using purified water, not ordinary tap water, to avoid introducing chemicals or minerals that could affect the juice. The first wash usually involves gentle water sprays that loosen dirt and debris. The leaves move slowly along conveyor belts while water flows over their surfaces. This step removes visible contaminants without damaging the outer skin. Next, the leaves pass through rotating washers or immersion tanks, where soft brushes and flowing water clean deeper grooves along the leaf surface. The process is designed to be thorough yet gentle, ensuring the leaves emerge clean but intact. In many modern facilities, the washing water is continuously filtered and monitored. Sensors check water clarity and hygiene levels in real time. This ensures that dirt removed from one batch of leaves does not contaminate another. Hygiene standards in aloe processing are strict because aloe gel is mostly water and can easily absorb unwanted flavors or bacteria. Once washed, the leaves are visually striking. Their green color appears brighter, and their natural shine returns. But the cleaning process is not finished yet. Aloe vera contains a yellowish substance known as latex just beneath the outer skin. While this latex has uses in other industries, it is bitter and undesirable in aloe juice meant for drinking. Removing any trace of it begins with careful trimming. The tips and sharp edges of the aloe leaves are cut away first. These parts contain higher concentrations of latex and can introduce bitterness if left intact. Trimming also creates clean edges that make later processing easier and more precise. This step may be done by trained workers or by precision cutting machines, depending on the factory's scale. After trimming, the leaves are often rinsed again. This secondary rinse ensures that any latex released during cutting is washed away before the leaves move forward. Even small amounts of residue can affect flavor, so attention to detail here is essential. Factories maintain cool temperatures during this stage to slow down oxidation and preserve freshness. Throughout harvesting and cleaning, hygiene protocols are strictly enforced. Workers wear gloves, protective clothing, and hair coverings. Tools are sanitized frequently, and surfaces are cleaned between batches. Aloe juice is marketed as a natural, healthy beverage, and maintaining consumers begins with spotless early-stage processing. Another important aspect of early processing is traceability. Each batch of aloe leaves is often logged with information about the farm, harvest date, and processing time. This allows manufacturers to track quality and quickly address any issues. Traceability also supports transparency, which is increasingly important to modern consumers. What makes aloe vera especially challenging is its sensitivity. Unlike hard fruits or grains, aloe gel reacts quickly to stress. Excessive pressure, heat, or contamination can degrade its structure. That is why gentle handling during harvesting and cleaning is not just best practice but a requirement. Every movement, from lifting a leaf to rinsing it with water, is carefully controlled. These early steps directly influence the final product. Clean, properly harvested leaves produce juice that is clear, mild in taste, and naturally refreshing. Poor harvesting or rushed cleaning, on the other hand, can result in cloudy juice, bitterness, or unpleasant odors that no amount of later processing can fully fix. In many ways, harvesting and cleaning set the tone for the entire factory operation. If the foundation is strong, everything that follows becomes easier and more effective. If mistakes are made early, they multiply as the process continues. This is why experienced aloe juiceists invest heavily in training, equipment, and quality control at this stage. By the time the aloe leaves leave the cleaning area, they are no longer just raw plants from the field. They are refined raw materials, prepared with care and precision, carrying the promise of purity and refreshment. Their journey from soil, covered leaves to clean, trimmed, factory-ready ingredients reflects a deep respect for nature and a commitment to quality. Ultimately, the careful harvesting and cleaning of aloe vera are what allow the juice to remain true to its natural origins. They preserve the plant's gentle flavor, clear appearance, and soothing qualities. Long before blending, pasteurization, or bottling takes place, the essence of aloe vera juice is already protected in these first crucial steps, ensuring that every sip delivers the freshness and purity consumers expect. The second key point of the process focuses on one of the most delicate and decisive stages in the entire journey of aloe vera juice production: gentle gel extraction and processing. This is the moment when the inner essence of the aloe leaf is revealed and transformed into a drinkable form. Everything achieved during harvesting and cleaning can be lost if this stage is rushed or handled aggressively. Aloe vera gel is extremely sensitive, and preserving its freshness, texture, and natural character requires a careful balance of technology, precision, and restraint. Once the aloe leaves have been thoroughly cleaned and trimmed, they move toward the extraction area of the factory. At this point, the outer green rand has done its job of protecting the gel and is no longer needed. The goal now is to access the transparent inner flesh without allowing contamination, oxidation, or bitterness to enter the process. This step is often described as the heart of aloe juice production, because it determines the clarity, mouthfeel, and overall quality of the final product. The separation of the outer skin from the inner gel is performed using controlled methods. In smaller or premium, focused facilities, skilled workers manually fillet the leaves, carefully peeling away the rind in smooth motions. In larger factories, precision machines perform the same task using calibrated blades and rollers designed specifically for aloe leaves. These machines apply just enough pressure to remove the skin without crushing the gel inside. As the rind is lifted away, the aloe gel becomes visible. It appears crystal clear, glossy, and slightly elastic, almost like natural glass. This gel is composed mostly of water along with polysaccharides and other naturally occurring compounds that give aloe its soothing reputation. At this stage, the gel is at its most pure and fragile. Exposure to air, metal contamination, or excessive heat can quickly degrade its quality. One of the biggest challenges during extraction is avoiding aloe latex. This yellowish substance lies just beneath the green skin and can easily mix with the gel if the separation is careless. Even trace amounts can cause bitterness and discoloration in the juice. For this reason, factories design their extraction systems to minimize contact between the gel and the latex layer. Any gel that shows signs of yellow tint is usually discarded immediately. Once extracted, the gel is collected into food-grade stainless steel containers. Stainless steel is used because it does not react with aloe compounds and helps maintain a neutral environment. Plastic or reactive metals could alter taste or compromise safety. The containers are often kept in temperature-controlled rooms to slow down enzymatic activity that could affect freshness. After extraction, the gel undergoes an additional rinsing step. This might seem repetitive, but it is critical. The rinsing removes any remaining latex residue, microscopic Wren particles, or impurities that could have entered during separation. Purified water is used, and the flow rate is carefully controlled so the gel without breaking apart prematurely. At this stage, the aloe gel may be cut into smaller pieces or cubes. This makes the next step more efficient and uniform. The cutting process is smooth and precise, avoiding tearing or shredding. Maintaining the gel's natural structure helps preserve its light texture and prevents excessive fiber release, which could make the juice thick or cloudy. The next phase is gentle crushing or pulping. Unlike fruit juices that rely on aggressive grinding or pressing, aloe juice requires a softer approach. The gel is passed through slow, moving crushers or presses that apply steady, even pressure. This releases the liquid content while keeping the process calm and controlled. The goal is not to destroy the gel but to coax the juice out of it. As the gel breaks down, the aloe liquid begins to flow. It is usually clear to slightly cloudy, with a smooth, watery consistency. At this point, the juice still contains fine fibers and natural solids. These are not harmful, but they must be managed carefully to achieve the desired final texture. Filtration plays a crucial role here. The juice is passed through fine filters that remove excess fibers while allowing beneficial components to remain. Some producers choose minimal filtration to preserve a more natural feel, while others for higher filtration to achieve a crystal clear appearance. Both approaches require precision, as over-filtration can strip the juice of its character, while under-filtration can result in sediment or uneven texture. Throughout extraction and processing, oxidation is a constant concern. Aloe gel reacts quickly with oxygen, which can lead to browning or flavor changes. To prevent this, many factories use closed systems that limit air exposure. In some cases, inert gases are introduced to displace oxygen and protect the juice's freshness. Temperature control is another essential factor. Aloe juice processing is typically done at low temperatures to preserve its natural qualities. Excess heat at this stage can damage delicate compounds and alter taste. Cooling systems and chilled processing rooms help maintain stability from extraction through filtration. Cleanliness remains a top priority during this entire phase. Equipment is sanitized regularly and processing lines are designed to prevent buildup or stagnation. Aloe juice is mostly water, which makes it an ideal environment for microbial growth if hygiene standards slip. Strict protocols ensure that the juice remains safe without relying on harsh treatments later. One of the defining features of aloe juice is its light, soothing mouthfeel. Achieving this texture depends heavily on gentle processing. Aggressive methods can introduce foam, air bubbles, or excessive viscosity. Gentle extraction preserves the natural flow and clarity that consumers expect when they drink aloe juice. This stage also allows producers to make decisions about product style. Some brands include small aloe pulp pieces in the final drink, creating a textured experience. Others aim for a completely smooth beverage. These choices are made during extraction and filtration, not at the end of the process. Once the juice's structure is set, it cannot easily be changed without compromising quality. Quality checks are often conducted at this point. Samples are examined for clarity, color, aroma, and taste. Any deviation from standards can be traced back to extraction parameters and corrected immediately. This real-time monitoring helps maintain consistency across batches. Gentle gel extraction and processing reflect a broader philosophy in aloe juice production: less force, more care. Instead of overpowering the raw material, the process works with it. Every machine setting, flow rate, and temperature is chosen to respect the aloe's natural behavior. By the time this stage is complete, the aloe juice has taken its first true form. It is no longer just plant material, but a refined liquid that carries the essence of the leaf. Its freshness, clarity, and mild flavor are the direct result of patient, controlled processing. In many ways, this step defines the reputation of aloe juice as a refreshing and calming drink. Consumers may never see the extraction process, but they experience its results in every sip. A clean taste, smooth texture, and absence of bitterness all point back to how gently the gel was handled. Ultimately, gentle extraction and processing ensure that aloe juice remains true to its origins. The plant's natural simplicity is preserved, not masked or altered. This respect for the raw ingredient allows aloe vera juice to stand apart from heavily processed beverages, offering a drinking experience that feels pure, light, and naturally refreshing. The final key point in the aloe vera juice production process centers on modern blending, precise pasteurization, and hygienic packaging. This stage is where science and technology quietly step in to protect everything achieved during harvesting and gentle processing. The aloe juice has already been carefully extracted and filtered, but without proper finishing steps, it would not be safe, stable, or enjoyable for consumers. The challenge here is to ensure safety and shelf life while preserving the light, refreshing nature of the juice. Once the aloe juice has been extracted and refined, it enters the blending phase. On its own, pure aloe juice can be extremely mild and concentrated. To create a balanced and refreshing beverage, producers carefully adjust the juice's strength. Purified water is added in measured amounts to achieve consistency across batches. This dilution is not random. It is based on precise formulations that maintain flavor, clarity, and mouthfeel. At this stage, natural flavor components may also be introduced. Ingredients such as lemon juice, citrus extracts, honey, or mild fruit flavors are often added to enhance taste without overpowering the aloe. These additions are chosen for their compatibility with aloe's clean profile. Artificial flavors and heavy sweeteners are typically avoided in premium products, as they can mask the natural freshness that consumers seek. Blending tanks are designed to mix ingredients gently and evenly. Slow, controlled agitation ensures uniformity without introducing excess air. Too much agitation can cause foaming or oxidation, both of which can affect texture and appearance. The goal is a smooth, well-integrated liquid that tastes the same in every bottle. Once blending is complete, the juice moves to pasteurization. This is one of the most critical safety steps in the entire process. Pasteurization eliminates harmful microorganisms that could cause spoilage or health risks. However, aloe juice requires special care because excessive heat can damage its delicate compounds and alter its flavor. Modern aloe juice facilities use gentle pasteurization techniques. The juice is heated to a specific temperature for a short period, just long enough to ensure safety, and then rapidly cooled. This controlled process destroys bacteria while preserving the juice's fresh taste and clarity. Advanced heat exchangers and monitoring systems ensure precision, reducing the risk of overprocessing. In some cases, alternative preservation methods such as high-pressure processing are used. These techniques provide microbial safety without relying heavily on heat. While more expensive, they are popular for premium aloe beverages that emphasize freshness and minimal processing. After pasteurization, the juice is immediately transferred to the filling and packaging area. This environment is strictly controlled and sanitized. Bottles, caps, and seals are cleaned and sterilized before filling begins. Automated filling lines operate in enclosed spaces to prevent contamination from air or human contact. The filling process itself is highly precise. Each bottle receives an exact amount of juice to maintain consistency and comply with labeling regulations. Once filled, the bottles are sealed tightly to protect the juice from oxygen and external contaminants. Proper sealing also plays a role in extending shelf life. Labeling follows, providing essential information such as ingredients, nutritional values, batch numbers, and expiration dates. Batch coding is especially important for traceability, allowing manufacturers to track production details and respond quickly if any issues arise. Quality control continues even at this late stage. Random bottles from each batch are tested for taste, appearance, and safety. Storage conditions are also monitored, as temperature fluctuations can affect the juice over time. Finally, the finished aloe vera juice is packed into cartons and moved to temperature-controlled warehouses. From there, it is distributed to retailers and consumers around the world. The juice that reaches store shelves reflects the success of every step before it. Modern blending, pasteurization, and packaging ensure that aloe vera juice is not only refreshing but also reliable and safe. These final steps protect the purity of the aloe plant, while delivering a product that fits seamlessly into modern lifestyles. Ready to be enjoyed with confidence in every sip.